Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Comments. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Okay. Yeah. I sent an invitation to my co-host Colin Reisner, and I hope he shows up. I hope he shows up. It's just that, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm doing a stream to basically let our viewers know that he's still around. So, yeah, we're still around. That's what I'm saying. And we're not going anywhere, so we're still here.
Yep, we're still here, everybody. No, we're not. I'm not
Hello
we're
there.
going anywhere, and I'm definitely not going anywhere, no matter what any of those crazy people on YouTube and the internet try to do to get me off of here. They got my channel terminated on purpose, but hey, they didn't count on Randy and I. They didn't think about Randy and I. I mean, they
Being
didn't think about Randy uploading my content onto his YouTube channel, though, or that he and I would start sharing his YouTube channel.
well, this
Did
channel
they?
was
No, they
this
didn't think. They didn't think of
channel
that.
this channel was particularly made for auxiliary
And don't
use.
worry, everybody. I do have some more new content that's coming to Randy's YouTube channel.
Yeah, he does.
Yep, including a new autism video about. And I know I haven't done a video about autism in a long time.
Hello. What happened? Something stopped.
Yeah.
You froze. There it is.
And everybody, the last 2 days I've been dealing with a small cold, but luckily I'm feeling a lot better today, and I'm luckily I do feel well enough to go to work tomorrow. Yeah, remember everybody. I work at Costco. I work at Costco every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You know, as a product presenter, doing product demos with with those free samples and all that. So if any of you happen to live in the Tri-Cities where I live, and you happen to be shopping at the Costco that's over by the Columbia Center Mall, who knows? You might bump into me there tomorrow, or Sunday, or maybe even Monday.
Yeah.
But the Costco that I work at is always packed with people. I mean packed, especially during the holiday season. Everybody.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
And yep.
Can you hear me, Colin?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I can
And
hear you. Yeah. Yes, I can hear you. I just had my fan on. That's why. That's why you're hearing. That's why you're hearing a noise in the background of my screen.
no.
And anyway, yes, like I was saying, I have some more new content coming to Randy's channel. In fact, I sent him the. In fact, I sent him the content like a few minutes ago, so he can upload them. But and hopefully they went through, because for some reason, like I said, he still, as like we said before, he still needs to get a new YouTube channel. I mean a new cell phone. I meant he still needs to get a new cell phone so he can upload videos. Right now, he has to use his computer to. Right now, Randy has to use his computer to upload the videos.
Well, today is the day. It is, in fact, the worst day possible. It is the woke ideologies reckoning day. It's the day that Matt Walsh's movie, am I right?
Presidential debate last night was the biggest load of.
Anyway, I'm not a political person, but we all know that the debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump that was on TV the other night was it was rigged. I mean, they weren't even they weren't even asking Kamala Harris any questions, and of course it turns out she was wearing these special earrings that are actually sort of like AirPods. That which means she was being fed information by someone off stage that and that the information was being fed into her ear through her ear, and so basically she was cheating.
There was no evidence to support the president's claim that President Barack Obama offered wiretapping to Trump Tower.
If gender dysphoria isn't an illness or condition.
Hello.
Yeah.
What was all that feedback? Hello.
Where'd you go?
Oh, I just went to get something real quick. So what's going on? You could
Uh,
continue.
So did the videos go through, Randy?
I'm gonna have to check them. I'm gonna have to check them because sometimes they don't come through. Sometimes it's hours before the daggone things come through because the phone is so.
But I went and resent them to you too to see if to make sure they went through.
Yeah, I'm gonna check them after the stream. I wanted to do the test stream first before I try to upload it else.
Yeah. And anyway, and don't forget everybody, don't forget to check out my two new novels on Wattpad.
Yeah.
My Red Hood Rises 2 novel and my Red Hood Rises 2 Part 2 novel. They're both finished and published, and I'm also now starting to work on another new novel, which was actually suggested to me by someone on Wattpad who reads my novels, who was like many months ago. He suggested it many months ago. Like, yeah, it was someone who goes by the username fan fiction, and he basically asked me to do to actually adapt the failed Ben Affleck standalone Batman movie into a novel. Like, you remember how before Matt Reeves completely changed the movie and turned it into its own thing and not part of the Snyderverse. Well, before that, or when Ben Affleck was set to direct it, it was originally going to be set at Arkham Asylum and was going to have Ben Affleck's Batman, trying to stop the Joker, who was basically taking over Arkham Asylum. Yeah, but basically, he's going to be having to stop the Joker, and while also resolving some of his personal issues that he has, including the PTSD that he developed from the Joker beating Jason Todd to death with a crowbar. Yeah, so that was what the Robert Pattinson Batman movie was originally going to be, before it was turned into a completely different Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson as Batman. But do you remember that,
So,
Randy? Though, when Ben Affleck was originally going to
yeah,
direct that movie.
to all of our friends who like to watch our broadcasts and stuff. I'm gonna say this. We're gonna do live streams whenever we can because we cannot upload content right now. If that's okay with you, you are welcome
Yeah,
to come in the chat. But I'm telling you, if you're under 18, I'll just put it like this: if you're under 18, you're not allowed in the broadcast.
yeah,
I'll just put it like that.
because yeah, if you're under 18, you're our the stuff we do is not appropriate for you.
It's not that
Because
I'm banning
our stuff that we
any-
do can sometimes be seen as a kind of inappropriate, or like,
It's not
yeah,
that I'm banning you anything. Don't get it wrong. Not that I'm
yeah.
banning
Don't
you
get it
in
wrong.
any way.
We're not banning you if you're under 18. We're just letting you know that our content, the stuff we do in our live stream, are not appropriate for you for you.
No, it's just that
That
I'm
we're
not
just
banning you.
letting you
Just
know
know
that.
that.
Know that.
But I will do some age friendly streams that you can come into and chat with us. I
Yeah.
don't mind that. But when we do when we do streams like this that have no header on it, that means that it's 18 and over, and you won't be allowed. I'm sorry, but those are the rules.
Yes, because we don't want any parents getting angry at us, or anything like that. We don't want to get in trouble with anybody's parents.
We
Yeah,
don't want to get in trouble with we don't want to get in trouble with YouTube either. So I'm
yeah,
just
or
saying
that definitely.
this is like a verbal disclaimer.
And I'd like to add that also, if you're under 18, don't read my Red Hood Rises 2 novel and my Red Hood Rises 2 Part 2 novel, because they're basically rated R. And they have a lot of violence and cursing in them.
I'm just gonna say for this stream, we are doing like for this stream. How is your day? Oh, day. My day is good, Yuri. My day is good.
Yeah, so
I'm just
yeah, so
gonna
like I
say,
said, if you're under 18, you're not allowed to read my Red Hood Rises 2 novel and my Red Hood Rises Part 2 novel. Yeah, you're not allowed to read my Red Hood Rises
so
2 novel and Red Hood Rises
I'm just
2 Part 2 novel, because they're basically
going.
rated R and have a ton of cursing in them, and also inappropriate stuff in them, including violent stuff. So yeah, so I'm just letting you know that. So if you're under 18, you can't read them.
But what I'm,
And
but
you can only
what I'm,
find them on Wattpad.
yeah. What I'm saying, is, for this stream, you're welcome to chat in the gallery, because all we're talking about. You're welcome to chat in the gallery, because all we're doing is talking about movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, and
Talking about
also,
movies.
guess what, Randy? Do you know that when Ben Affleck was being interviewed about the Flash movie, he said that that doing the Flash movie actually was actually the first time he finally got the character of Bruce Wayne right. Yeah, apparently when he was doing Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice and the Justice League movie, he was having difficulty figuring out what his what kind of person his Bruce Wayne is, because he's
Well,
never done a
this is
character like Bruce Wayne before. And apparently, he finally got the character right, and but apparently, he finally got his portrayal correct right in the Flash movie.
yeah. This is the thing. This is the thing. We're just gonna. Yeah. Well, this is the thing here. What I'm wondering about, because even though he's woke, he did speak out against that Incredible Hulk thing that they were going to do with Tatiana Maslany, because apparently when he pitched the idea to her, she was all with it, but then when her and the other person started talking, she would after her and that person talked, she wasn't with it anymore. She didn't want to do it.
What are you talking about, Granny?
after Tatiana Maslany talked to one of the other Marvel people that do like superhero movies, like one of the
Yeah.
other producers, didn't want to do the project anymore.
Tatiana Maslany and everybody, 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 Tatiana Maslany and Brie Larson are both woke activists, and they both infiltrated Disney and Disney and Marvel Studios, and basically helped cause Marvel Studios and the MCU to go downhill. Tatiana Maslany is also a hypocrite, everybody, because she hates that she hates that that Deadpool Wolverine is actually very successful, and also the fact that she's not in it. And Brie
I
Larson,
mean, she totally pitched a different storyline for the movie, apparently, and the writers didn't want to do that storyline, and I don't blame them because it's not.
and Brie Larson, like both her scenes and Brie Larson's scenes were both cut from the movie because when they showed the movie was when they did the first screening of the film, the test screen. People did not like the scenes that Brie Larson and Tatiana Maslany were in. They didn't like those scenes because apparently Brie Larson's acting was not that good.
Yeah.
And apparently Tatiana Maslany's She-Hulk was basic, and Brie Larson's Captain Marvel were basically criticizing Deadpool and Wolverine about their toxic male masculinity. And apparently, apparently Tatiana Maslany's She-Hulk was trying to teach Deadpool how to be better at breaking the fourth wall, even though he's already better at doing that than she is.
Number one, Tatiana Maslany is not someone I would basically pick to be a good superhero role model. Yeah, because her character is
Also,
too
Tatiana Maslany actually believes in the fact that parents should not have a say in what happens with their kids. And that, yeah, and
but it's that I'm just gonna say it like that. That's not for her to say. That's not for us to say. That's not for anybody
yeah,
to
and
say.
Tatiana, and also, yeah, like, and guess what? Tatiana Maslany is also angry that because of the reshoots that they did with Deadpool and Wolverine. She's angry about the reshoots because the reshoots were basically meant more 20th Century Fox X-Men actors coming in and doing filming cameos. And yeah, like, she's angry because she wanted more MCU characters and less 20th Century Fox characters. Even though the Deadpool and Wolverine movie is supposed to be a tribute to the 20th Century Fox X-Men movies. Yeah, and also,
I mean, I can't think about a better way for X-Men to go out than that.
yeah, like, and also, fun fact here, everybody: Hugh Jackman. It turns out Hugh Jackman didn't grow facial hair or have his hair done for Deadpool and Wolverine at all. And turns out they actually had him wear a wig. He actually wore a wig, Randy, and fake facial hair for the movie, Randy.
A wig and fake facial hair. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I saw a video about it yesterday. Right? Yeah, it turns out he yeah, instead of him instead of him actually growing the facial hair like he usually does for the role, he does more fake facial hair and a fake wig, a fake wig
Yeah, but
made like
yeah,
Wolverine's hair. Too.
what I'm wondering is like this. Why did they do this? Why did they go through great lengths to have a Marvel movie like Wolverine
But
if they were going to get so much woke backlash from people? I mean, like, it doesn't make any type of good sense that they did that.
that talking here you heard in the background right just now is my stepdad bringing me my dinner.
What what I'm wondering is
Anyway,
what I'm wondering is why did they go through such great lengths to have this movie happen? If they're going to get such uh, negative feedback from the woke community, because they watch Marvel movies too. They watch the
that's
superhero
because
movies.
remember Ryan Reynolds, the whole time they were making Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds kept having to stop Bob Iger and Disney from adding tons of woke stuff to the film,
So it
which
kind of
included which included all the She-Hulk stuff and the Captain Marvel stuff.
okay. So it's some
And
see.
yeah,
So
because
like,
yeah, he and the director Sean Levy both kept and Hugh Jackman kept having to give Marvel Studios and Disney ultimatums, basically saying that if they don't get rid of the woke stuff, they're just gonna walk away and they're not gonna do any of the upcoming Marvel movies that they signed on to do for the MCU.
but what I'm
Yeah,
saying is,
doing the Deadpool and Wolverine movie actually involved Ryan Reynolds signing on to do multiple MCU movies as Deadpool, and
yeah,
it includes the next Avengers movies that they're working
yeah, but
on.
yeah, but there's other things that they're holding up production and doing because the guy from Arrowverse, the one that plays John Diggle, he was supposed to play. And I heard this from somebody when I was on the net today. He was supposed to be. He was supposed to. They were supposed to start production of another Green Lantern movie, with him in it as the lead.
That's not true, Randy. There was no plans for a Green Lantern series with him, Ray.
You
In
sure?
fact, yeah, they said in fact Arrowverse. In fact, it would be extremely hard and difficult for him to do a Green Lantern series for CW because of all the special effects that they would have to do for the Green Lantern stuff.
Yeah,
And
because it cost them a lot of money to do it in the first season.
that's why they always hinted at him turning out to be John Stewart, but without actually having him actually put on the ring and actually not having him actually become Green Lantern.
Why hint to it if it's not gonna happen? I mean,
They
why?
did for the fans.
I mean, it doesn't make. That's like me telling. That's like me telling the people, "Oh, I'm gonna do a simulcast," and the cast never happened.
Yeah, and anyway, yeah, they this is why they were always hinting at Hal
And
Jordan
this is why.
possibly being out there somewhere in the Arrowverse in the
And this is
form
why
of in the form of Ferris Air, in the form of the Ferris Air Force Base being used a lot in the first few seasons of the Flash TV series on CW,
This
and
is why.
and also
Weekend.
because of the fact that they mentioned that the Ferris Air was closed down because one of their pilots went missing. And guess who which pilot that could possibly be?
Hal Jordan.
Yeah, because of him going to Planet Oa and becoming a Green Lantern.
Yeah,
I mean,
ain't
there's
nothing but
even an episode of Arrow where they're at a bar and there appears to be someone in the background wearing what appears to be a brown leather jacket with the last name Jordan on it, but you don't see the person's face because the screen actually is only showing like their neck down and not their face. In fact, I'll find you the picture and show and put it in the chat.
Have you ever watched that it's supposed that Batwoman thing? I don't know why they keep showing it.
What?
They have it on YouTube, that Batwoman thing, they have it on YouTube now. I don't know why they keep showing it. It's kind of embarrassing because she makes a really bad Batman.
Who? Which
Batwoman, you know, the one that just came out, you know, that when all this woke stuff started happening.
Are you talking about the one that was
The one that
are you
was
talking about the one that was canceled because of its terrible test screen?
Yeah, that one, yes.
And that will never be shown to the public ever?
And they continued it on YouTube. I've seen it. I've actually seen it. It's even
What,
it's
dude?
even on
No.
Netflix. Yeah, it's even on Netflix. Dude, I've seen it. They show clips of it all the time on YouTube. Punch up that show, Batwoman, the Batwoman.
Yeah,
thing.
because they want people to see how bad it was gonna be. And anyway, but like I said, they were always hinting at how Jordan being out there somewhere in the Arrowverse. But of course, they were never actually going to show him in the show because of all the Green Lantern stuff being really.
It was really what? Copyright and but what I'm wondering is why? Why didn't they just follow through with the thing? Why didn't they just get it over and done with? It doesn't make any sense. You hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Why didn't they just, if they knew they were going to scrap the project, why put it on YouTube and Netflix? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. The Batwoman thing is not getting them anything. Very few people watch it. You know what I mean?
Sorry about everybody. I had to check my internet. I had to check my Wi-Fi for a second. It was acting weird. Anyway, like I was saying, the main reason why the main reason why they didn't actually show Hal Jordan in the Arrowverse and why they didn't actually have John Diggle turn out to be John Stewart and become Green Lantern is because it would have been really expensive and they didn't have the budget to do it to actually do any of it. They would need like a movie budget to be able to accomplish that, and and they didn't have that kind of budget.
Oh, but they had the budget to do. What you call it, Black Lightning and those other shows. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You got budget to do countless Marvel. but you don't
And
have enough.
also, the reason why is because they wanted to keep the Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart characters mainly for the mainly for like live action movies. This is also the reason why this is also the reason why we didn't actually get to see Batman in the Arrowverse until Crisis on Infinite Earths and until the second or third season of the Batwoman series. Because Warner Brothers only wanted Batman and the Joker to only be reserved for for live action movies, not TV shows.
I mean, it would have been good if they would have made like it would have been good if they would have wrote more scripts and just changed it to Batman instead of Batwoman. I mean, it made no sense.
But the thing is, though, remember the reason why we never got to see Batman actually be in the Arrowverse, until season 2 of until season 2 of the Batwoman TV series, is because they had to wait till they were able to actually do the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline. By doing that storyline, it opened the door for them to use the character in live action. Because before Crisis on Infinite Earth if they didn't do the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline, Randy, they would have never been able to actually show Bruce Wayne in live action or Batman, because Warner Brothers wanted to continue only using Batman and the Joker in for live action movies.
But then they made numerous cartoons of Batman versus Dracula.
Because Batman movies are always very successful at the box office when they're done in live action. And it was the same thing when they were doing the Gotham TV series. When they were doing the Gotham TV series on Fox, right? They weren't even able to actually use the Joker. So instead, when they finally introduced the Joker in the series finale, Ray, they weren't actually able to call him the Joker. They were only able to call him Mr. J.
Yeah.
And
instead of
this is also why they had the Joker and be two different guys who happen to be twin brothers.
Yeah, Jack and Joe, right?
No, Jeremiah Velasquez, who was basically a psycho, and his brother, who end up being the actual Joker of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, but when they were creating the makeup when they were figuring out the Joker look for the one who ended up becoming the actual Joker of the series, they had to get creative because they weren't allowed to actually have his hair be green, and they weren't actually allowed to have his skin be pale white, because Warner Brothers, and they weren't allowed to actually have him be called the Joker in the series, because Warner Brothers only wanted to keep the Joker for live action movies. So they had to get creative, and which is why they made his hair a mix of purple, blue, and green, and had to get creative, and it had made his skin very extremely pale in color, and have him wear like a sparkly dark blue, navy blue suit.
Oh damn.
And yeah, they weren't even allowed to call him the Joker in the show at all, Ray. Because Warner Brothers was only wanting to keep the Joker, was only wanted to use the Joker and Batman in live action movies, in non-TV shows. In fact, going all the way back to the Smallville TV series, Ray, they actually originally had plans to actually have Bruce Wayne be in the Smallville TV series.
You know, as Batman or something.
Yeah, but guess who was going to play him?
Ooh.
Nathan Fillion.
Oh no, not the Rookie. Come on, man. No.
Yeah, he was originally because but they were not going to show, but they weren't going to actually show him as Batman in the show though. They were just going to have him be Bruce Wayne.
Oh,
And
you know that.
but when they asked, but Warner Bros. Kept telling him no. Every time they asked Warner Bros. If they could use Batman in Smallville, Warner Bros. Kept telling them no. Warner Bros. Just would not, just wouldn't give them permission.
That's because Batman is one of their flagship characters. You know, he is one of the founding members of that.
So, yeah, so
I mean, if you really want to be technical, they were right. They were right to tell the other people no using Batman because people were trying to use his image in fan edit movies and stuff like that. You even had YouTube videos popping up, fan made YouTube videos popping up.
so everybody, so they kept telling the creators of Smallville no. They just wouldn't. Warner Bros. Just wouldn't give them permission to use the character, which is why we never got to see Bruce Wayne in Smallville at all.
No, but they did give them permission to plug. They did give them permission to mention Batman because he's mentioned a couple of times in the series.
Yeah, and guess what? They also were not allowed to use John Constantine in Smallville either.
No, neither.
Yeah.
And because of that Supergirl thing and the Wonder Woman type bracelets that she wore, they made real sure that they wasn't using Wonder Woman in that.
Yeah, and guess what? We didn't get the only thing that had to do with Smallville that involves Wonder Woman and John Constantine was the Smallville comic book series that was based on the Smallville TV series. Yeah, that was the only thing that had to do with Smallville that we actually got to see Wonder Woman and John Constantine in, Randy.
Guess who's a DC fan?
Who?
You wouldn't believe it. Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, of course he is. That's why he was cast as a Green Lantern in the new Superman movie, Randy.
I never knew he was a Marvel fan because they got a clip of him sitting on the set of The Rookie and he has a Green Lantern. He's reading Green Lantern comic book, dude.
Yeah, the reason why he was reading Green Lantern comic books is because he was preparing for the new Superman movie that James Gunn is directing. Remember?
Yeah.
He's starring in the new Superman movie directed by James Gunn as Guy Gardner.
Yeah, Guy Gardner.
And if you don't remember, Nathan Fillion voiced Hal Jordan in an animated Green Lantern movie.
It was the Green Lantern Emerald Knights, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would have never known that if I didn't look it up. Because there's so many people over the years who has voiced Hal Jordan. I didn't even know that. It's like
Randy, you know what you know the reason why we haven't seen a live action Green Lantern since the terrible Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie? The reason
Why?
why we haven't seen Green Hal Jordan or John Stewart in live action since that movie is because that movie being doing not doing good in theaters. Uh, Warner Bros. Ever since that movie was released, Warner Bros. Has been too scared to actually use Hal Jordan or John Stewart in live action.
Oh, but they used Hawkman in that show Naomi. In that show Naomi, she was rescued by Hawkman.
Yeah, but they they were too scared to use Green Lantern in anything after the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie ended up doing
They
very badly
used
in theaters.
actually they used Superman and Hawkman because you saw Superman and Hawkman go flying over the school at supersonic speed.
I meant in
I
live
mean,
action for any movies.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
they're too scared to use Green Lantern in for any live action movie because of how bad the Ryan Reynolds movie
I don't
was.
know why, I don't know why, but um the Green Lantern cartoon series seemed to be taking off, and it's still going strong. It's still popular. A
Yeah,
lot
and
of people watch.
I remember Ray, Ryan Reynolds actually regrets doing the Green Lantern movie because of how bad it was.
I mean, a lot. I mean, like a lot of our, a lot of our, a lot of people who watch our simulcast do they watch the Green Lantern cartoon. I mean, um, on one of the streams that I deleted, I was asked about, um, do you think they'll ever come out with another cartoon series with Green Lantern? I don't know. Nobody knows.
And guess what, Ray? It turns out originally we were supposed to get John Stewart in the Schneider cut.
We didn't get them though.
But yeah, because Warner Brothers refused to let Zack Schneider film the Green Lantern scene that John Stewart was going to be in. But guess what? Zack Schneider went and filmed it anyway. And I actually saw it on YouTube once. Yeah,
So
and guess
yeah,
what? So yeah, originally it was John Stewart was originally going to be in the movie instead of the Martian Manhunter.
the Martian
But Warner Brothers was like, but that's not canon. That's not what we're trying to do. So Zack Schneider, when filmed the scene anyway, then Sally didn't make into the Schneider cut. Yeah,
yeah,
so originally it was Bruce Wayne was going to meet John Stewart instead of the Martian Manhunter in the end of the movie.
yeah, but according to demographics, right? That scene that he shot did pretty good on you. A lot of people watched it.
Yeah, and the actor who actually plays John Stewart in the scene that Zack Snyder filmed
Yeah,
was actually a former army veteran turned actor.
I'm saying that the character of the clip itself was well done. I mean, a lot of people watched it. I mean, I was shocked because what I was gonna do was I was gonna do like a stream on it, you know, with you, of course, do a stream with you on it, of course, you know, just to
Yep,
let the. I mean, there's a lot of people want to talk about the series. I mean,
yep. I'll be right back, everybody.
because I noticed that even with even with my in real life friends, when I'm on the phone with them, they talk about it, and I'm just wondering why they never came out with another cartoon series of Green Lantern. I mean, The one that came out in the '60s and the '70s was all right, but the Green Lantern they got out now is just good. It's great. They can expand and build on that character if they just take it a wee bit further than what they did. I mean, so far they haven't. I mean, all they did was do a huge circle. It was a huge circle that they did with the cartoon. First, he got the ship from the Guardian. He took it from Oa. He fought the Manhunter. He captured Razor. Razor became part of his crew. Him and Kilowog, and they fought the Manhunters to a standstill and finally beat them,
Hey,
and
Randy.
then started over again.
Hey, Randy. So, what did you think of my Red Hood Rises 2 novel?
It was okay, but if you want more people to read it, man, you gotta tone down on the R-rated language. I mean, kids like reading superhero books. But
But the
it's
thing
not
is,
what they
Ray, Jason Todd and John Constantine both curse a lot, and I had to make it rated R because of all the violence and stuff that's also in it.
I know, but kids. But
And I
it was
wrote it that,
it was violence and
and I
Power
wrote it
Rangers.
for a specific reader, not kids.
I mean, it was violence and Power
Why?
Rangers. I mean, it was even violence, and if you really want to get technical, Power Rangers was violent.
Yeah. Except
Power
on
Ranger,
Wattpad, not on Wattpad, Ray. When you're making a novel on Wattpad that has lots of cursing and like sexual themes and stuff like that in it, you can
yeah.
actually put it that it's a mature novel and it has mature
Yeah.
themes in it.
But what I'm saying is, bear in mind, kids like to read. Like if you want a variety of the audience in your audience, you got to cater to the younger
And
audience.
Randy, my Red Hood Rises 2 novel has already been read by a huge number of people.
No,
You
what I'm saying is when you
They
write
should.
other novels, because I
In
noticed
fact,
that you put elements of yourself in the character sometimes.
in fact, my Red Hood Rises 2 novel rating has been read by 3.43K people.
Wow. Yeah, I bet you some of those have to be probably teenagers or something. Because teenagers like reading graphic novels and stuff. And your book
Yeah, so in
definitely qualifies as a graphic novel.
yeah, my red and like, but what do you think of Prince's cameo in it though?
that that really made the book work, like really worth looking at.
The
Some of
reason
the
why I
cameos.
included him in the book was because of the fact that they used his character Party Man from the Party Man music video in that in that Batman comic book called Batman 89, which is actually a comic book continuation of the 1989 Batman movie starring Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you remember they did a comic book continuation of that movie and included Prince's character Party Man.
Yeah.
That's what gave me the idea to include him.
Oh yeah. I meant to tell everybody this year. Um
Race for
in
the White House and an
in,
American citizen
in
only
New
brought
York,
to a full
Yeah.
they're gonna put the bat signals up in the sky on Halloween night. Yes, they're gonna actually do it. They're gonna actually do it. And I'm like, okay. If they can get away with it, I'm like, okay, that's good. But you know, ever since they did it that first time, you had people driving around dressed up like Batman and Robin in these cars, right? One guy had his Corvette. One guy had his Corvette muscle car decked up like the Robert Pattinson Batmobile. Him and his wife driving around like Batman and Robin.
And Ray, what did you think of that? Of the of Adam West of the Adam West cameo in my novel.
That gave it a lot of validity. To have, I mean, signified the
I did have a tribute to Adam West because he's still seen as one of the best live action versions of Batman.
one of them.
And I remember because I was able to do it because of my knowledge being like about the multiverse.
Yeah, and a lot of other people, was asking questions about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Are they gonna bring back people like Are they gonna bring back Uncanny X-Men? I'm talking about the original.
Yeah, I heard
Like,
that their plans for for the MCU version of the X-Men. I heard it's going to be new actors, and guess what? They've already casted someone to play the MCU version of Storm. And guess who they cast, Randy?
who?
I forget her name, but she's a model turned failed singer turned successful actress.
Wow.
She's remember that song "We Are Young" by FUN?
Yeah, I remember.
Well, guess what? She's the girl who actually sings part of that song.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah, they officially casted her as to play Storm in the MCU.
Yeah, but I would say to do that, I would have cast somebody like. I'm sorry, but Holly Berry was Storm. I'm serious. It couldn't be no other.
Oh, now I remember her name, Janelle Monáe.
Oh,
But guess what? Turns out Ryan Reynolds did reach out to Halle Berry about possibly reprising the role of Storm for Deadpool and Wolverine. But guess what? She said
right.
no.
Get out of here.
She said no. She didn't want to return to the character.
They also didn't. They also could have got her to voice the character in the up to date cartoon series that they did, but they didn't want to. They didn't. I don't think they tried. But in the Black Panther series, Jill Scott voiced Storm. Jill
Yeah, so
Scott was the
Janelle Monáe is set to play Storm in the MCU. And guess what? Yeah, we already know who's going to be playing the MCU version of Wolverine. It's not Hugh Jackman, though. It's Henry Cavill.
Superman.
Yeah, that's what they were hinting at in Deadpool and Wolverine movie with his cameo.
Superman, though. You see him. You see him with clothes. I'm going to think Superman. What the heck are you doing? Superman, why are you?
Yeah,
Why you
that's why he cameos in Deadpool and Wolverine as a Wolverine variant. They were basically
Yeah,
hinting, and which is why, so this is also why he's the only Wolverine variant in the movie who is not played by Hugh Jackman.
yeah, but people see that face and that chiseled jaw and that muscle, those muscles, they're gonna think Superman.
Yeah, but guess what though? When he signed on to play Wolverine for the cameo for his cameo in the movie, guess what Kevin Feige told him? Kevin Feige told him that he cannot do an impersonation of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and he has to portray the character different from from how Hugh Jackman portrays the character.
Oh man. So you won't get
Because
any
Hugh
of the
Jackman does such a perfect Hugh Jackman does a perfect job of portraying the character to the point where people actually see him as the definitive live action Wolverine.
because he delivers lines like the Wolverine from the cartoon. I mean, come on.
And Hugh Jackman, when Hugh Jackman signed on to reprise the role of Wolverine for Deadpool and Wolverine, he also signed on to do multiple MCU movies, including Secret
Wars.
which means Deadpool and Wolverine is not the, is isn't the last time we're going to be seeing this his Deadpool and Wolverine variant.
What I'm saying is,
And remember, the version of Wolverine that he plays in Deadpool and Wolverine is not the same Wolverine that he played in the X-Men movies. It's a completely different Wolverine from the multiverse, who basically failed his Earth.
what I'm saying is, are we going to see more of the Henry Cavill Wolf?
Probably. Because they're basically hinting at him being the official MCU Wolverine.
I mean, because if he's doing Wolverine, right? I'm being honest with you. If he does,
And when Henry Cavill signed on to do Deadpool and Wolverine, he actually signed on to do multiple films. But when he signed on, they told the public that it was for a secret role in the MCU and they didn't want anyone to know who he was going to be playing in the MCU. But now we know who he's playing in the MCU. Wolverine.
I'm just saying.
But of course, we all know no one can play Wolverine like Hugh Jackman can. He is just brilliant in the part and gets the character perfectly. He just fits the character so well. So and Hugh Jackman,
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying, to be real with you, if I had to be honest, just a lot of things. It's just a lot of things that shouldn't happen that do happen.
what the heck? You think? Anyway,
Yeah, it's a lot of things that happen that shouldn't happen, but they happen nonetheless. And, sometimes you get those.
yeah, and Mayor Hugh, I think I know why Henry Cavill said yes to playing Wolverine in the MCU. I think he said yes because he was fed up with Warner Bros. And DC basically screwing him over.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Because remember, he was opposed. He did sign on to return as Superman for more projects, starting with his cameo in the Black Adam movie. But then that was all scrapped when James Gunn came along.
Yeah, I noticed.
And Yeah, and everyone, yeah. So, of course, Henry Cavill would obviously do most the next best thing, which is joining Marvel.
Real.
And of course, Henry Cavill is a comic book fan just like we are. So he was definitely not having it with this woke stuff.
I mean, but think about it this way: we grew up with that. We grew up with the original superheroes. I mean,
Yeah, I remember I grew up with the 20th Century Fox X-Men movies, and also watching the and also Spider-Man and all that. So, and
the the appearance of the Wonder Twins in Smallville, that was a bust.
yeah, yeah, I remember that. And do you remember who played the female Wonder Twin?
No, I don't remember that.
Actress Allison Scagliotti, who went on to star in the Warehouse 13 TV series.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, it was her, Allison Scagliotti, the chick with the short red hair, who was in Red House 13.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
And guess what? One of her co-stars from Warehouse 13 happens to be the actor who played Iceman in the X-Men movies.
Oh, Sean Astin.
And do you know he actually has a twin brother
Yeah, Aaron.
who played Jimmy Olsen in Smallville?
Yeah, his name is Aaron Ashman.
Yeah, it turns out one likes Marvel and the other one likes DC. So one chose to play Iceman in the X-Men movies, and the other one chose to play Jimmy Olsen in Smallville.
Yeah, that's what I think. But what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
they both. Yeah, so what they both like, because they both have a love of comic books, but one likes DC comics, and the other one likes Marvel.
yeah, it's kind of weird like that. Turn that on. Camera started lagging. So
Anyway,
yeah, camera started, so I cut it.
and speaking of DC Comics, I know some of you are probably wondering if I would ever actually reprise the role of Jason Todd in a for another DC Comics movie, but I don't think I'll ever do that.
Yeah,
My Red Hood Riders movie was enough. Because he's a hard character to play.
I mean, you already got one. You already got one guy calling you Robin. You don't need another guy calling you Robin. Oh, stop! Wasn't that bad? Oh, stop!
Yeah.
Wasn't that bad? At least you didn't have lines to say like Burt Moore. Holy sky is full of flaming death. Come on.
Yeah.
You're walking down the street and you're wearing a Dick Grayson sweater, and you look up in the sky and say, "Holy sky is full of flaming death."
Yeah, the thing about playing a character like Jin Todd is that Jin Todd is a very complex character, and he's also a very tragic character. I mean, he has he has mental problems and stuff like that. And the only way that you can actually do him justice in live action is to make him a rated R character.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's the only way you can do the character justice.
Yeah.
And the character
Is Alan Wake?
Guess what, Ray? You probably didn't know this, but one of the Wolverine variants that are in Deadpool and Wolverine happens to be the Old Man Logan version of the character.
Oh man. You talking
And
about
of course, it's
the,
Hugh Jackman portraying him.
the one with the gray hair and
Yeah, basically the crew cut and the gray hair, and who lives in an apocalyptic future.
yeah.
And if you don't remember, the 2017 Wolverine movie called Logan was actually loosely based on the Old Man Logan storyline.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, they could have done a lot more with Wolverine instead of taking it to the apocalyptic Earth and all that. They could have did a lot more with it.
And guess what? But I actually saw a clip of the Old Man Logan variant from Deadpool and Wolverine. Guess what? Guess what happens in the scene that the Old Man Logan variant is in?
What?
Okay, Deadpool finds himself. Spoiler alert! If any of you haven't, if you're watching this and you haven't seen the Deadpool and Wolverine movie yet, spoiler alert! In this scene, Deadpool finds himself in the Old Man Logan universe, and notices that he's standing and notices the Old Man Logan variant sitting on the front porch of his sitting on a rocking chair on the front porch of his house, and holding a hunting rifle. And anyway, Deadpool goes to walk up to him, and the Old Man Logan variant suddenly shoots him with the hunting rifle.
Gee, I wonder why Wolverine would do something like that.
Yeah, but remember the only Wolverine variant in Deadpool and Wolverine that Hugh Jackman doesn't play is the Henry Cavill Wolverine variant. Yeah, yeah. Turns out, yeah, the Henry Cavill's Wolverine is the only Wolverine variant who is not played by Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, but you
We
see,
know why they did. We don't know why they chose to do that, Randy.
why?
They chose to do that because Ryan Reynolds basically basically Ryan Reynolds' way of saying that recasting the live action Wolverine is a terrible idea, in that Hugh Jackman is basically the only actor who is born to play a character in live action.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and can you believe that Hugh Jackman is in his 50s right now, and that he chose to come back to the role of Wolverine, even though he was like getting too old to play the character? Yeah, he came back in his 50s to play a character and
Yeah, but
Ray,
he's
when you
still
were reading my Ray, everybody, I have to go shave right now, but I'm gonna continue talking to all of you while I'm shaving. I had to be clean shaving for my job tomorrow. Okay, Dave, thanks.
yeah.
As I was saying, everybody, pretty much Hugh Jackman was basically born to play Wolverine, just like how Robert Downey Jr. was basically born to play Tony Stark. It's crazy how many actors there are who have played superheroes who were basically born to play their superheroes that they play.
Nicholas
Like
Hammond.
Christopher Reeve, for example, he actually looked like Superman.
Yeah. Nicholas Hammond, the first Spider-Man.
Then there's Henry Cavill, who basically looks so much like the Alex Ross Superman from Kingdom Come.
Then you got, you got Alan Wood who played Superman in the night. Like, 1930s.
Oh, before I forget to put my clothes in the dryer. Be right back here. Wait.
I mean, it's crazy how many actors can play superheroes nowadays. But you had actors like Nicholas Hammond who played the
Better, but to put my work clothes in the dryer.
I mean,
Do that and didn't have to get back to shaving. But anyway, like,
and you also
There-
had
yeah,
Ward
if you look at a picture of the Alex Ross Superman from Kingdom Come, and a side to side with a picture of Henry Cavill Superman, you'll notice a very striking resemblance.
yeah,
Even when Henry Cavill frowns, he looks like the Kingdom Come Superman.
yeah. Even with even when Burt Ward played the character of Robin, he looked like the comic book version of Robin.
Yeah,
I mean, you couldn't even. I mean, he had to act Death Pat. I mean,
he has
it was
he even has the right physicality for the character too. He had the right physical. Even had his body even looked like the body of someone who could do athletic movements.
I mean, so he wasn't going to say some of those corny lines that they had him say. Holy strawberries, Batman! We're in the jam. Yeah,
Yeah, that was that line that you just said was actually one that he did not want to say at all.
I know.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Burt Ward once made an appearance in an episode of American Pickers on the History Channel, where
Yeah.
the Pickers, where the American Pickers basically bought what was apparently the little Robin cycle from the '60s Batman TV series, and they chose to have Burt Ward himself authenticate the Bat cycle, and it turns out that it was the actual one from the '60s TV series that he would be, the one that would have him down on his knees on top of. He would be down on his knees on top of it, riding it.
And the
Yeah,
Bat cycle
and
split off.
they asked him what, and he ended up telling the American Picker guys that one time when he was doing the Batman TV show in the '60s, they for one episode they wanted him to say this line that he did not want to say at all, which was, "Holy strawberries, Batman! Are we in a jam?" He said that was the one line that he refused to say on camera because it was too silly. Because he thought it was too silly.
It was. I mean, you had
And
that
now,
last one. I mean, even that line. Even that line. When he looked up and Supergirl and said, "Holy sky is full of flaming gas." That was kind of corny too, but I'm not going to.
yeah,
That was just a little too corny.
yeah, no, he didn't want to say it.
A lot of lines he was saying better. It's one line. It's one segment He was really
I'm still listening, Ryan. I'm just shaving while I'm talking to all you guys.
He said he couldn't remember what the line was, but he ad-libbed the line. He ad-libbed the line because he wasn't going to say the line was so stupid that he just said, I'm not doing this. No.
Guess what, Randy? You probably know this, but there's a small possibility that the '60s Batman TV show starring Adam West might be set in the same universe as the George Reeves Superman TV series.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, but even though they were not thinking about, but it turns out they weren't actually thinking about crossover stuff back in those days, though. And
Because,
and
because
remember, in those days, George Reeves Superman would pop up in other TV shows that were not the Superman TV show. Like, remember his cameo in I Love Lucy?
remember his cameo in the Frosted Flakes commercial?
Yeah, like he would remember he cameoed as himself as Superman in an episode of I Love Lucy.
Yeah, when he walked out onto the ledge of the building.
Yeah,
That was
and like also remember the Batman movie serials
yeah.
that were made by Columbia Pictures? Well, it turns out there's a strong possibility that they're set in the same movie universe as the Kirk Allen Superman movie serials.
Yeah.
But it's too bad we never got to see them actually see that Batman and that Superman meet each other in person. So
I mean, Green Hornet and Batman met each other.
yeah,
I mean, they know each other from being friends in their real identity because um, the guy, that plays the Green Hornet, um, the publisher that plays the Green Hornet, he even they even shook hands when in one episode they shook hands and he was like, "It's a pleasure to see you again. It's a pleasure to see you again, Batman." When they got him real close, he winked at him and they moved off. And the Green Hornet was like,
yeah,
it's a good thing we didn't use our weapons at full power. We didn't want to kill
yeah.
because he could have think
What?
about it. He couldn't use that
Huh?
Hornet sting at full power. It could have really hurt Batman.
What?
He didn't even sting. He didn't even use the Hornet sting on Batman. He could have got it really bad because Kato didn't take it easy on him. I mean, Kato kept kicking him over stuff. Every time you turn around, Kato was kicking him over the table, kicking him under the table, kicking him down. He was just beating poor Robin up. He
Yeah,
was
and
trying.
Randy, when you were reading my
Huh?
Red Hood Rises 2 novel, what did you think of all those multiverse displacements that were happening in it?
That was good. The multiverse crossover. That was good. But
I mean, what do you think of all those multiverse displacements that were happening? You know, those that were causing characters to magically turn into another version of themselves from the multiverse.
I mean, it gave the book more validity. I mean, you had characters showing up that you didn't really, that sometimes you didn't recognize, but then you knew that that was a variant of the character of the book.
Like, what do you think of that part where the Earth Zero Jason Todd suddenly turned into the Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Robin John Blake from The Dark Knight Rises?
That was a stretch right there. That was a real stretch.
If you think about it,
Yes,
Robin John Blake is the only Robin variant in all the DC universe who is actually named Robin. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah, but Robin was
Yeah, because usually Robin is just the character's superhero name, you know, his sidekick name.
yeah. But what got me was
But it turns out Robin John Blake was never going to actually become Robin in the ending of The Dark Knight Rises. He was actually supposed to become the new Batman. That's what they were hinting at.
but he became Robin instead.
He became so the whole plan was him becoming Batman, the new Batman, and that's why the movie ends with him inheriting the Batcave and him inheriting the responsibilities of being Batman. That's why he finds the cave and goes into the cave. Because Bruce Wayne basically left him the coordinates to the Batcave and all that. Because Bruce Wayne basically wanted him to become the new Batman.
That was cool.
If you think about Joseph Gordon-Levitt was actually a great choice for Robin in The Dark Knight Rises because he actually looks like the character, like he actually looks like multiple versions of Robin from the comic books. You know, because he has the short black hair and all that.
No, but you look at Christopher he created the body of the razor. The body of Robin.
Yeah, but remember, Robin John Blake is actually a mix of multiple comic book versions of Robin from the comic books. Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, and Jason Todd. And the whole thing of him about him being a rookie police officer in Moy, that was taken from a comic book storyline where he was a rookie police officer. I mean, where Dick Grayson was a rookie police officer.
A rookie police.
Yeah.
Boy, that must have been a great comic thing. When was he ever stopped? I mean,
Yeah.
to be real, he was a cop, but it's good that he was a cop. But Robin
Guess
himself,
what though? The reason why they didn't reveal that he was actually Robin the whole time until the very end of the movie is because Christopher Nolan had no interest in actually using the kid Robin in his Batman movies at all. He didn't want to use Robin in any of them. But
Well,
I was late too. Look at this. Maybe this guess what 95.
of that. You cannot have that without Robin.
Yeah, so basically Christopher Nolan had no interest in actually using the actual Dick Grayson or Tim Drake or James Todd in The Dark Knight Rises. So that's why he went and so instead he went and created his own version of the character named Robin John Blake, who is basically a mix of Tim Drake, Dick Grayson, and Jason Todd. And you actually see parts of those three versions of Robin in his personality in the movie. Like, for example, that scene where he's at Wayne Manor and he's talking to Bruce Wayne and talking about how he looks in the mirror and pretends to put on a happy face. That was the Jason Todd part of his personality. But guess what? Guess who Christopher Nolan originally wanted to put a part of Robin John Blake? Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, originally they wanted Leonardo DiCaprio to play Robin John Blake in The Dark Knight Rises. But instead they end up casting Joseph Gordon-Levitt instead, because of the fact that Joseph Gordon-Levitt actually looks like multiple comic book versions of the character.
He looks like the cartoon Batman. He looked like the cartoon Bruce Wayne. The only difference between them are the voice.
Hey Ray, what did you think of that one part in My Red Hood Rises 2 novel where John Constantine experienced his first multiverse displacement? What did you think of that part?
That would have shook me up too. But
You don't remember that multiverse displacement caused him to turn into another version of himself in the multiverse, who happens to resemble the 14th Doctor from Doctor Who.
oh Lord, you're talking about David Tennant. David Tennant. You're talking about what you calling him? That Tennant guy. Yeah, David Tennant. That's his name. The 14th Doctor.
Just,
Yeah.
I think it's sad that David Tennant has gone woke though. David Tennant became a woke person, Randy.
No, what I think is that other guy, the twin Doctor, went woke.
Who?
The current guy.
Oh, Shooty Gatwa?
The current guy. The guy.
He's a terrible doctor version of the character. Shooty Gatwa's doctor is a terrible version of the character. I mean, most of the time he's just kissing random guys and basically like showing how gay he is, and he's hardly even saving anybody from aliens.
How can you be Doctor Who and not saving that?
And guess what? The people at Disney are not happy with Russell T Davies and the in Shigawa right now because of how bad the season 1 of the Doctor Who, because of how bad the current season of Doctor Who ended up being. Like,
But you gotta think of it like this. An actor can only do a scene according to how the writer writes it.
but remember, Shigawa was insulting Doctor Who fans and telling them to go outside and touch grass. Yeah,
Go
Russell
outside
T.
and cut grass.
Davis. Yeah, Russell T. Davis has gone mad, Randy. He doesn't even care about the show Doctor Who anymore. In fact, he didn't even want to do. He didn't even want to return to Doctor Who. He wanted to do another queer Eye TV series.
So he went woke too.
In fact, that's why he even said many times that that Doctor Who isn't about good story or storytelling anymore. And they pretty much didn't care about giving people what they want anymore. He's gone cuckoo and insane, and people at Disney are not happy. In fact, they revealed that after season 2 of after season 2 of the new Doctor Who series, Shigawa is not going to be returning as the Doctor after season 2. That they're going to leave the ending of season 2 open ended. You know, in case they decide to recast the Doctor again and actually have the Shigawa's Doctor regenerate into the 16th Doctor.
I hope they get either Matt McCoy. I hope they get that guy. You know the one that looks like Jaguar. I hope they get Matt Smith. Matt Smith or
That's
David
what.
Tennant. Matt Smith or David Tennant.
And remember the 14th Doctor played by David Tennant is still out there somewhere in the Doctor Who universe. He's not gone. He just retired from being the Doctor.
Even bring back Peter Capaldi.
You know, Peter Capaldi said revealed on multiple occasions that he has no interest in returning to Doctor Who. And also, they because of the whole bi-generation thing that they did with the 14th Doctor and the 15th Doctor, that the 14th Doctor is still somewhere out there, but he's retired from being the Doctor.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as a bi-generational regeneration.
In my opinion, the whole bi-generation thing doesn't make any sense. I mean, like, how is the Doctor going to regenerate again when it comes time to introduce the next actor? After
I mean, you got this other guy. Right? All he does is run around in a leather jacket with jacked up shirts with Converses on, call himself saving the. He ain't saving nothing. Dude, he's not saving nothing. Let's put it like this. Dude, he could save a bologna sandwich with a hungry dog. I'll put to you like this. I'd rather trust Davros to give me a shave.
I mean, guess what, Ray? There's a fan theory that's going on right now that claims that the 14th Doctor might become the curator at some point. Remember in the 60th anniversary, the Doctor Who's 60th anniversary, where they had both David Tennant and Matt Smith, like both meet. Well, guess what? And remember how they introduced the curator in it, who was played by the one of the original actors who played Doctor Who back in the day.
Tom Baker.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Now there's a fan theory that claims that the 14th Doctor might actually become that character, the curator, and that's probably why he was somehow given the 10th Doctor's face, and that's probably how they're going to explain why he
I can't believe
why he was given the 10th Doctor's face when the female Doctor was regenerated into the 14th Doctor.
even though the female doctor is kind of a bust, I really enjoyed her. I mean, she may not have been a serious type, but she did. I mean, you didn't really have to think. You didn't have to really know what's going to happen.
In my opinion, the Shidigatwa version of the other Doctor is a terrible version of the Doctor. I mean, if you actually watch the new Doctor Who, most of the time Shidigatwa's Doctor is like constantly crying and and also constantly like most of the time his Doctor is like kissing guys and hardly even and not even saving anybody. And most of the time his Doctor is always giving like really big speeches and and I'm like, damn, this isn't the Doctor.
Yeah, they portray her as being flamboyant.
But it's because Russell T Davies was trying to tailor this version of the Doctor to woke people, which doesn't work.
And you can do that because the doctor you can't do it. His character fit. That's how it is. But all I'm saying is they can't cater to
And
everybody.
remember, I grew up being a fan of Doctor Who. I became a fan of Doctor Who when they brought the character back in 2007.
I watched Doctor Who every since he was
Yeah, I remember when they brought the series back with Christopher Eccleston playing the Ninth Doctor.
but what I'm saying is I've been watching Doctor Who from the very beginning. Doctor, Doctor Who was played by what is it?
And speaking of Doctor Who, did you know that the reason why Christopher Eccleston quit playing the Doctor is because he had a falling out with Russell T Davies, and they were having creative differences, and to the point where he just chose to quit, and that's actually why they end up bringing in David Tennant to replace him as a doctor.
I agree. I agree with that totally.
And originally, they had plans to have Christopher Eccleston continue playing the Doctor for a few more seasons, but of course he decided he didn't want to do it anymore because he kept having multiple creative differences with Russell T Davies about where the show was going, and like.
Because every time Russell T Davis was right something, he would go and do more.
And turns out Christopher Eccleston has expressed interest in returning to Doctor Who, but he said that he will never do a multi-doctor special because he thinks that they're just done as cash grabs for money, and that he doesn't agree with, he doesn't want like the Doctor Who specials where they have multiple versions of the Doctor all coming together.
Or that bi-generation thing.
And he said, and it turns out they did offer him the chance to reprise the role of the Ninth Doctor for the 60th anniversary Doctor Who special, which had both David Tennant and Matt Smith, but he said no. So instead, they had to create the War Doctor as in a yeah. So basically, originally it was supposed to be the Ninth Doctor, not the War Doctor. So they had to create a whole another Doctor version of the Doctor just for this special. Just because Christopher Eccleston said no to doing the 60th anniversary special. So he doesn't believe in doing Doctor Who specials that have multiple versions of the Doctor in them.
But you gotta remember though.
So basically, the War Doctor was created as basically a version of Doctor Who who was around before the Ninth Doctor came into existence. And this is also why in the ending of the 60th anniversary special, there's also why they chose to have the War Doctor regenerate into the Christopher Eccleston Doctor. Yeah.
No. They should have.
Yeah, but Christopher Eccleston revealed that he did come in and do a little bit of filming just for the regeneration part of the special. Yeah. So that's in that part where the War Doctor actually regenerates into the Ninth Doctor. But they don't show him fully regenerating into the Ninth Doctor. They show him starting to regenerate into the Ninth Doctor.
And that's when the TARDIS kind of speeds up.
I have to use the toilet real quick, everybody. So I have to put my mic on mute. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but they should really actually at least recast Doctor Who, recast Chitty Gatwa's Doctor Who to make the show better. But they want to cater to a lot of people. You know, that bi-generation thing, I don't I don't know if that's a good, but hey, they want to do that. I don't. But yes, when you do that bi-generation stuff, you never know you never know what kind of character you're going to turn out with. Because one, you're doing bi-generation. Two, I mean, you're opening the character up to new possibilities. One of which is the character might turn out to be a lousy character because the actor playing him is not a good, is not of good caliber. And, I mean, it's just all kinds. I mean, it's a myriad. They could have done a lot more with Kitty Cotton's Doctor than what they did. But I'm not going to say anything. I think I'm gonna, yeah, but they could have did a lot with it. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying they could have done a lot. But knowing them, they probably didn't try. I can honestly say. I'm just saying when you open your character up to when you open your character up to possibility, you gotta think in possibilities. Is this character gonna be good? Is the actor I got playing this character is a good fit for the part? Is he a good fit for the part? Can he do the job? Does he do the character justice? You gotta think in terms of that. Only when you think in terms of that do you come out with a good product. You know, I'm just saying, but there you go. I'll just leave you with that. But you know, so far as that, I'll leave you with it. And once Colin comes back, we'll call it. Other than that, it's all good because yeah. So
Stand back, everybody. Sorry about that. I had to use the toilet.
mm,
But now I can go get back and finish shaving. But anyway, in my opinion, they should just recast the Doctor and cast someone who's a better fit for the character and who actually wants to give the fans what they want instead because Shigawa just chose to insult the Doctor Who fans and tell them to go outside and touch grass.
And I'm just saying, for those of
And
you who watch the
when you insult the fan, obviously you're gonna make them not like you even more.
for those people watching, thank you, and please like and share the stream. Please be sure to come back in. Yes, I will. But they can do a lot more with it, but I don't think they will. I think Kitty Catwalk is that we're gonna be stuck with for a while. And
I'm and ready. And I mean, there's
love it.
even but guess what? Apparently, they're saying that that season 2 of the Doctor Who starring Shigawa's Doctor is apparently they're saying that it's actually a lot better than season 1. But I don't know. There's cause how can we how do we know that this is true?
We don't.
What, Dean?
They have their word for it, but I'm gonna tell you,
I mean,
a character is only as good as the writer that writes it. But I'm gonna call it, and I'm gonna call it, and you know, we'll pick this up again when we can. You know, so so say goodbye, Colin. Hello. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna call this thing, and thank you for watching. We appreciate it. You know, we appreciate you giving us your time.
but Ray,
Appreciate
I to me the whole bi generation thing doesn't really make that much sense because of the fact that it's never
because we
been
both
seen before in Doctor Who, and also
towards
how
don't
does it
do that.
how makes you wonder how will the Doctor regenerate next? Because
Whether he's
the
gonna
14th Doctor is
regenerate
still somewhere out there,
whether he's gonna regenerate into a dog, a cat, a house plant, what
and also will the 14th Doctor come back? And will he actually regenerate into the next Doctor, or will the 15th Doctor, played by Shigawa, will will come back?
I doubt it. I doubt it because they can say whatever they want about the second season. I'm judging the show by the first season
But
because
then, business.
the first, the
Next
first
time they
season
might
of
have business.
the first season of Doctor Who wasn't bad. Wasn't really bad. First season of the Doctor Who I grew up with wasn't bad at all. It made you think. It made you think, is this possible? Could this be
No,
possible? Is this
and guess
viable?
what, Ray? You probably know this, but I actually know why they chose to do that whole bi-generation thing with the
Yeah.
15th Doctor. They did it as to trick people. Bi-generation is just another was just an excuse for them to introduce a version of the Doctor who happens to be gay. Bi-generation is just another form of it's just a form of bisexual stuff, Randy.
I'm gonna say that's just okay. It's just that. Yeah. Very nice. I'll say it like that. Because one, science fiction should not be exploited for someone else's little delve into the
Something a little bit different today. We're going to watch a compilation of.
but like I said,
Here.
I'm gonna call this and we'll pick this up again when we can.
Yeah.
But for all of our friends that watch our streams, we're still out there. We didn't go anywhere. We still exist. Don't think that we don't. We do appreciate you. Know that.
Yep.
And Franco McCoy, my buddy, my pal.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Look, guys.
Yep.
Subscribe. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Some of the other YouTubers as well, some videos about.
Peace out,
We'll be-
buddy.
We'll see you in the next live stream.
All right.
And of course, and of course, you have my new content to look forward to that we were telling you about. That Ray's gonna upload to his channel.
Yep. Maybe when I can upload it, we won't have to do so many of these live streams. You know,
Yeah.
we can have time to let you know.
And remember, everybody, I did send Randy my new content that I'm working on that he's gonna upload. I did send it to him today.
Yeah.
But you will see it on his channel at some point soon.
Look about Crook.
Welcome back to Views with Views.
Yes. In other words, bye-bye.
Yep.
And I'll see you guys.
Ethan
Soon.
Van Skag a massive cancel campaign against me over the week.
So bye everybody. See you next time.
All right.